All right, figured I would give you guys a quick mount and unmount with these bad boys. Now this is the first time I'm doing this, so I expect everything to be pretty tight. Tolerances are going to be kind of tough on those pucks down there around the square tubing for the mounting racks. So this might take a little bit of muscling, we'll see. And this is a good test for what it's like when you're off in the woods or you're at a hotel somewhere. You know, one of those sleazy motels along the side of the road that you finally said, screw it, you're going to camp there because you're a little afraid of the bears and the raccoons, and it looks like it's going to rain, and you're really wussing out on your big adventure, so you go to a flea bag and you want to crash in there, but now you're worried because you're in a sketchy neighborhood and you need to take your gear out. Well, let's take a look at what these things are like. Just like that. Super easy to take them off and on. One thing that I am not a huge fan of is unloaded with the top open. These bags have a tendency to fall over. The top on this thing covered, it's not a problem. The bags stand up on their own, but there we go. So lift them on, place them straight down, and then you're back in business. Go ahead and line up the holes, and you are mounted. It's that simple. So, pretty good gear, I gotta say. Got a little bit of room for movement here if you need it. Not that you need a whole lot, but hey, you know, every little bit helps, right? And that's it. That's an unmount and a remount in real time. Thanks for watching. Later. Hey gang, Dwayne here again. I just wanted to take a quick run through the Tenere here. I just finished mounting up those Happy Trail panniers on the bike, and so I was really curious to see what kind of packing I could do with them. I bought them for a very specific case, and my case was to go on a week-long camping trip on the motorcycle to see what that would look like, to see what, if I could pack everything I needed on the bike, what that would look like and what kind of options it would give me. So let's take a look at how things turned out, and I'm really pleased with it. See what we see here. So, this is what's needed for a week of camping on the Tenere. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. I was really surprised with how much stuff I was able to pack into the panniers, and I'll walk you guys through that in a minute, and we can take everything out. A few little things here or there that I haven't quite packed in yet. A couple of spare parts, like let's take a look. I have bent this originally in a Wipeout, so I've got a couple of spares there I'd like to pack. Don't have those in the kit yet. I've got some new spokes that I'd like to put in there, but don't have those packed away yet. But realistically, these are pretty low maintenance items. As it is, bike is loaded down. I'm gonna guess I've got probably somewhere around 40 pounds or so extra, maybe 45 in the panniers themselves. The panniers themselves are not particularly heavy. They're all aluminum, so that's easy enough. Bottom line here is that we're not even handling, not even adding an extra passenger's worth of weight to the bike, and we're good to go. You know, got the giant, the Giant Loop Diablo bag up there on the front. All kinds of room in there. Usually I keep my my phone, bottle of water, some snacks, anything to do with my GoPro or recording equipment for mounting, whatever. I keep that up there, keep it handy. In the wintertime, riding around, I will have my heat troller in there for my heated gear. And that's about it. It's a really nice size unit. It collapses down a bit if you want it to. Easy to take on and off for gas stops and whatnot. Got the 1 gallon Rotopacks on the back here on the Altrider rack. Underneath that rack, I've got a spare toolkit. I have another toolkit that's in the factory, or underneath the seat. So I've got 2 toolkits on this bike, plus another toolkit inside there. All of these toolkits, though, have slightly different tools in them for different cases. So let's take a look at this and see what comes out of this packing job. So, as usual, I'll just go ahead and turn these off. Fairly easy. You do have to press down a little bit, because I have everything pushed in there. So, here we go. Clothes, t-shirts, underwear, socks, everything I need for a week on the road, plus what I'm wearing as I pull out. Let's see what we got in this little tool case. We've got a couple of first aid kits, a camp flashlight, some toe straps, a cycle pump, a Dyna Pro in there for fixing punctures, some zip ties, So that's kind of, if the bike or me is broken, we can fix it. Now inside here, we've got, I know this is my Jetboil frying pan, my cooking gear, my titanium cooking gear, plus another toolkit that's got some Leathermans in it, signal mirror, a few little odds and ends, most especially some of that beautiful silicone tape that you can buy around now that it adheres to itself but nothing else. Great for waterproofing and that kind of stuff. So, another bag in here. We'll pull this one out. And this bad boy has, ta-da, my everything I need for cooking and eating. Got the Jetboil in here, my camp hatchet in case you want to cut some stuff up, hanging kit for the Jetboil, good camp knife for cooking, cutting food, fending off raccoons, you know, dealing with the local ladies, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, so that packs up nicely. I'll leave that as it is. Got a ground cloth for my tent in here. And this little magic joy folds out to be an almost 3-foot square work pad that is waterproof and scuff resistant on one side and padded on the other side. So if you're working off in the wilds, you can grab one of these things. This one's made by, it's from a company called Trailmaster Adventures. So big fan of these things. So that's one side all done. Let's take a look here. See if we can uncover the rest of this. Now I know this one is packed really tight because it has all of my camping gear in here. So we have what do we got here? A Nemo Nocturne sleeping bag, good down to, what do we got here, 30 Fahrenheit, so that's a nice thing. Helinox camp chair, awesome little unit there, good for about 300 pounds of weight, even though it is lightweight itself. And pull this bad boy out. Got my tent in here, so that's a nice little 2-person tent, plus an Exped sleeping mat put underneath the sleeping bag. So that's it. Loaded for bear, a week on the road. I think it's doable with this setup. More importantly to me, once it's all packed up, I still have access to the mounts on top if I want to mount more things here like dry bags. I've still got room to put something on top of the Rotopacks or even on the passenger seat behind me. So plenty of room left over if I want to take an extra dry bag, shop on the way, pick up some things, whatever. I can strap down groceries on here. It's fantastic. So far I'm really pleased with these panniers. Next test I'm going to have to put these things through is a road test. That's not going to happen quickly though because the bike's going for surgery next week. So I will be back. I'll have a road test with these things loaded down and we'll see what it's all like. Thanks, gang.